Chapter 4. The Earl and his Grandson. The next morning, there were more surprises for Cedric. He had a servant, Mary, and 3 rooms in the castle. A room to sleep in, a room to have breakfast in, and a room full of books and toys and games. Wonderful games. Later, when he went down to the Earl in the long room, he took one of the games with him. "Thank you very much for all the wonderful things. You're so kind," Cedric said happily. "This game is really good. Would you like to play it with me?" The Earl was in a bad temper, and his foot was painful. He did not give money and toys to his grandson because he had a kind heart. He gave these things because he wanted the boy to forget his mother. He opened his mouth to say, "No, I don't play children's games," but he did not say it. He said, "Very well, you can teach me." When the tall young servant came in with a visitor, Mr. Dawson, the vicar, they heard excited cries and laughing. "That's 2 out. Bad luck, grandfather." Mr. Dawson usually hated his visits to the old Earl, but today was different and surprising. "Good morning, Dawson," the Earl said. "My grandson is keeping me busy." He put his hand on Cedric's head and nearly smiled. "What is it today, Dawson?" "It's Higgins of Edge Farm, my lord," said Mr. Dawson. "He can't pay his rent. He needs more time." Every house in the village and every farm for miles around Dorincourt all belonged to the Earl. The villagers and the farmers paid their rent to the Earl's man, Mr. Newick. And Mr. Newick was a hard man. Mr. Dawson came to the Earl many times a year with the same question. "Can this family or that family have more time to pay their rent?" And the answer was always, "No." "Higgins?" said the Earl. "He's a bad farmer, and he's always late with his rent, Newick tells me." "His wife is ill, and 2 of his children," Mr. Dawson said, "and Newick wants to put them all out of the house into the street. Higgins came to me yesterday to ask for help. Another month, he says, and he can find the rent." "Huh! They all say that," said the Earl, looking angry. Lord Fauntleroy listened to every word of this. He began to feel a great interest in Higgins and his family. "It was the same for Bridget and her family," he said. The Earl jumped a little. "I forgot you," he said. "I forgot we had a philanthropist in the room." He stared at the boy for a minute. "Come here," he said. Cedric went and stood next to him. "What shall we do about Higgins, then?" said the Earl. "Tell me." Mr. Dawson began to feel worried. How could a 7-year-old child answer a question like that? Lord Fauntleroy put his hand on his grandfather's arm. "Well, I'm just a little boy, so what can I do? But you can do anything," he said. "Who's Newick?" "He works for me," said the Earl, "and some of my villagers don't like him very much." "Are you going to write to him now?" Cedric asked. "Shall I bring you a pen and some paper?" In Cedric's world, there was only one answer to the question about Higgins. Of course, he must have more time. Of course, Newick must leave the family alone. The Earl looked at him. "Can you write?" he asked. "Yes," said Cedric, "but not very well." "Bring the pen and paper, and you write the letter." Lord Fauntleroy's face went red. "But my spelling isn't very good," he said. The Earl smiled a little. "Higgins isn't interested in your spelling. I'm not the philanthropist. You are." And so Cedric wrote a letter to Mr. Newick. It was true. The spelling was not very good. "Dear Mr. Newick, please leave Mr. Higgins alone for now. He can pay when he is ready. Yours, Fauntleroy." Mr. Dawson went away and took the letter for Mr. Newick with him. He took a happy heart with him too. There were changes at Dorincourt Castle. After Mr. Dawson's visit, Cedric looked at the clock. "Can I go to Dearest now?" he said to his grandfather. "She's waiting for me." "There is something for you to see first," said the Earl. "Thank you," said Fauntleroy, his face red again. "But I think I must see it tomorrow. Dearest is waiting." "Very well," said the Earl. Then he said, "It's a pony." "A pony?" cried Fauntleroy. "Is it a pony for me? Like the things in my room upstairs?" "Yes," said his grandfather. "Would you like to see it?" "A pony!" Fauntleroy said again. He was very excited. "How kind you are! You give me everything. I want to see it very much, but there isn't time now." "Perhaps you can go to see your mother another time," said the Earl. "Tomorrow, or the day after." "Oh, no," said the boy. "She thinks about me all the time, and I think about her too. I must go now." They went down to Court Lodge in the Earl's carriage. Cedric talked all the time, very happily. "You're a very kind man, grandfather. You're always doing good things and thinking about other people." He counted on his fingers. "Do you know 27 people are happy because of you? 27! The Earl said nothing. He thought about his life. A rich, selfish, bad-tempered life, without friends or loving family. "When did I say a kind word or do a good thing? Now this child is calling me kind and good, and I know that is not true." These were new thoughts for the Earl, and he did not like them. When they arrived at Court Lodge, Cedric was out of the carriage in a second, running to the front door. The Earl watched from the carriage. The door opened, and a young, pretty woman in black ran out. Cedric jumped into her arms, smiling and laughing. The Earl closed the window, and his carriage drove away.